All right, let's go with A Knife in the Dark, the fourth quest in the LTR LCG Fellowship of the Ring Saga. I'm playing all the Saga quests in a thematic campaign, and here, for the first time, we really see why I have made the decision to not increase my threat whenever I change out heroes, because I want the freedom to be able to swap my heroes in between quests without taking that threat increase for thematic purposes. So that's why we have Lord Aragorn, Strider himself. I can't think of a more thematic hero for a quest that starts out in Bree. He has a refresh action that lets you drop your threat back down to where you started at the beginning of the game. Super helpful in this quest. So Aragorn joins the hobbits when they run into him at Bree, and he is definitely going to be having his broken sword. So that is a great thematic choice, I think. And then I'm running Black Riders Frodo again. We have Sam, and then we have a Messenger of the King Pippin. So this is ally Pippin, but he's going to start and play as a Messenger of the King hero, so he's only going to have 4 threat. And then he gets +2 attack while attacking an enemy with an engagement cost higher than my threat. And then response, after I engage an enemy with an engagement cost higher than my threat, I get to ready him. And then, of course, Sam would also ready. So this is going to be very nice. Where's Merry? Well, he's an ally, and if you've read the books, you know that Merry actually wasn't with the other 3 hobbits when they met Strider. He decided to go out for a walk at night when he's being chased by Black Riders, because Merry's going to do what Merry's going to do. So hopefully Merry shows up and joins them at some point. Okay, so I gotta tell you, this was hard. This was hard to make a thematic deck that included some of the cards I wanted, like Dunedain Pipe is a thematic home run. Barliman, gotta have Barliman, even though his effect doesn't really work. Gotta have Barley. When you're at Bree, Bill the Pony, of course, makes sense as well. Drinking Song. But, oh man, I gotta tell you, there are so many cards that I wanted to include, like Burning Brand, for goodness sakes. Like, it's the perfect thematic choice. It could go on Strider. But he never defended. It was just a dead card. I never played it. And there are, they were singing songs. The hobbits were smoking pipes. All the hobbits and other guests at the Prancing Pony wanted to hear the tales. They were drinking. The Dunedain with the watchful peace they were keeping. Strider's Path. I mean, you just can't include them all. So I had to make some choices. And for the first time in the series, I really have a lot of allies. So you'll notice we have some dwarves, because there were dwarves at the Prancing Pony, but a lot of the allies that are actually going to help us are the Dunedain, because the Dunedain were keeping their secret vigil around Bree, keeping everyone safe, and so they are going to be helping us while we're in Bree. And then if you want to look at it thematically, the wisdom and guidance that Aragorn has got by being with the Dunedain and learning from them helps him travel through the Midgewater, helps him get to Weathertop without being seen. And then when he actually gets to Weathertop, they decide to stay in a dell that had firewood stacked, and he thinks it was stacked by Dunedain. So even though in the books and movies these Dunedain weren't actually physically there helping them, they did supply help that helped Aragorn get out of Weathertop alive. And then I think the most thematic card that I have in here is going to be Hail of Apples. So hopefully I can throw some apples at Bill Ferny at the beginning of the game. That is my favorite thing to do. I just love calling this thing a Hail of Apples and having the hobbits bean Bill Ferny in the face. All right, let's get to the quest. Okay, a lot of cards on the table. Let's check out the campaign card. You are playing campaign mode. Very helpful. Thank you. Okay, we're playing campaign mode. So we have the 1 ring. If Frodo leaves play because he's holding on to it, we lose, so we can't let Frodo leave. Gandalf's Delay is our burden. We're going to skip the draw card step during the first round. No problem there. All right, so this wooden thing here, this is something I got from the Vision of the Palantir. It was his swag. You got to pick a couple cards that he would do a wood engraving. So that is my Messenger of the King for Pippin. And then our boons. Okay, Mr. Underhill, we can add it to the victory display to choose an enemy engaged with us, and that enemy cannot attack us for the entire round. We also have Old Bogey Stories. It lets you take your hand of at least 6 cards and shuffle it in and draw 6 new cards. And then Ho Tom Bombadil is basically a test of will that ends up in your hand at the start of the game. Side 1A, Trouble in Bree. We're going to set a lot of cards aside and then add the Prancing Pony and Bill Ferny to the staging area, give the encounter deck a shuffle. So here's all the cards you set aside. You set aside these 2 locations, these Ring Wraiths, and the Witch King. So those all get set aside. And then now let's take a look at the Prancing Pony. All right. 2 threat, 4 progress. Response. After the player's travel here, the first player puts 1 ally into play from his hand, and then forced, after it leaves play, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until X enemies have been discarded. X is the number of players. Put each enemy discarded this way engaged with the first player. And then Bill Ferny. All right, this is the card you need to have a little plan for. 38 engagement, 3/1/3/5, Bree Spy. Players cannot optionally engage Bill Ferny. Forced, at the beginning of the staging step, either shuffle 1 of the out-of-play Ring Wraiths into the encounter deck, or each player raises his threat by 1 for each non-Fellowship hero committed to the quest. So that's pretty nasty. Your threat's going to shoot through the roof if you don't shuffle in a Ring Wraith, and shuffling in a Ring Wraith is bad. So you need to have a way to take care of Bill Ferny, either direct damage or just get your threat to 38 and engage him. All right, let's look at 1B, 8 progress needed. We can't advance if the Prancing Pony's in play. All right, so opening hand. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Hail of Apples. I want the hobbits to throw apples at Bill Ferny and take him out. I need to exhaust 5 characters to 1 Hail of Apples, and we can take care of him. So that's what I am looking for. It's my number 1 card. I also need the sword that was broken. It's incredibly important to boost everyone's willpower by 1. Ooh, okay, I know what card that is. That is Bill the Pony. It's a foil version that Splice made for me. Okay, we got a Ranger. Secret Vigil's great. Okay, some card draw and willpower boosting, and another one. I have to keep this. Those Frodo intuitions are so powerful, and they each draw me 3 cards because I have 3 Hobbit heroes. So between Daron's Runes and the 2 Frodo intuitions, that's a total of 8 cards I'm going to be drawing. So if I don't draw Hail of Apples with that, I still have Old Bogey Stories to shuffle my hand away and draw 6 different cards. Okay, I did not draw a card on my opening turn like I'm supposed to. Let's put in Bill the Pony for free. Now all of my hobbits have +1 hit point, and I have 5 characters, so that is excellent. I can now play Secret Vigil, costs 1, reduces the attached enemy's threat by 1, and then when the enemy is destroyed, you get to reduce your threat by that enemy's printed threat. So I'll get to drop my threat by 3, which is really great. And now let's play Daron's Runes. Draw 2 cards, and we get 2 allies. We get Barlaman and a Dunedain ally. So I think I'm going to get rid of this Ho Tom Bombadil. I do not plan on using that this game. That is a one and done. You use it once in your campaign, and then it goes away forever. And this quest does not have treacheries that I know I'm going to need to use that thing. There are some very, very hard quests coming, and that is a great panic button. All right, so we are up against 4 threat. So if I send Frodo for 2, then anyone else I send, I got to raise my threat by 1. So there's 5. So I'm just going to take the chance that I don't add any threat. All right, we get the Pale Blade, which does nothing because there's no Nazgul to attach to. And then Chetwood, 2 threat, and then it increases the threat of each spy by 1. So we actually added 3 threat, which means I have to raise my threat by 2. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm definitely not shuffling in a Ring Wraith, and, you know, I was either going to raise my threat by 1 to send somebody else, or raise my threat by 2 by underquesting. I'd rather keep characters ready so I can kill enemies. All right, we traveled to the Prancing Pony. That means I get to put an ally in for free. The Prancing Pony is not immune to player card effects, so you could play cards that swap the active location and just keep traveling there and putting in allies for free, which is kind of fun. All right, next round we draw Mary. So Mary does show up. That's pretty cool. When Mary enters play, he makes all unique allies get +1 willpower. Speaking of +1 willpower, let's play Frodo's Intuition. 2 fellowship resources. All my heroes get +1 willpower. And then I'm going to get to draw 3 cards because I control 3 Hobbit heroes. All right, come on. Hail of Apples. Let's go. I would love it. And I get, all right, the Guardian of Arnor, a Drinking Song, and a Dagger of Western Haze. Okay, Drinking Song is great. If I don't find the Hail of Apples with this second Frodo's Intuition, I can use a drinking song, and I'll most likely find it that way. Okay, let's give Pippin a dagger. So remember, Pippin is a messenger of the king ally that you turn into a hero with the contract. He gets threat equal to all of his stats, and that includes hit points. So he's just a 4-threat hero. So my threat is a very low 24, which was amazing. We're also going to play the Dunedain, look out! And he has an effect that says you can discard him to cancel the when revealed effect on an enemy that was just revealed from the encounter deck. So there's a nasty enemy in this deck that gives you an option with a when revealed effect. So it's great just to discard the Dunedain Lookout and cancel that. All right, all my heroes are +1 willpower. So Sam is 4, Frodo is 3. I'm up against 5, and I get my tokens rearranged. I mean, I'd like to clear Prancing Pony because I can handle combat, so I don't mind clearing the Prancing Pony and getting an enemy, and I might reveal an enemy. So let's see what happens. Ah, no. Okay, we get Black Breath. This is nasty. Morgul, Peril. When revealed, attached to a hero you control, counts as a condition attachment with the text. Treat all of that hero's stats as if they were 0. All right, well, I'm going to put that on Frodo because I need all my stats on my other heroes. But that really stinks. And I only placed 2 progress on the Prancing Pony. So no combat again. Ugh. All right, let's go into the next round. And getting a little nervous here. Really? My 3rd Frodo's Intuition. Those are such good cards. I guess I'm never drinking songing or old bogey storying this hand away. I'm just going to keep drawing cards until I hit that hail of apples. Boy, I tell you, as soon as you turn on the camera, everything goes different. So in practice, I was getting enemies almost right away, and I had a hard time making sure I always had at least an extra ally or 2 to help me. And here, 3 allies and no enemies. So it's always different once you start turning on the camera and recording your game. I'm assuming I'm getting an enemy this turn, so I want to leave characters ready, and then next round with Frodo's Intuition, I'll clear Prancing Pony. So I'll send 3 characters and raise my threat by 3, and we get the Pathless Country. All right, so that's a 2-threat location. There I go. I'm swapping my tokens around, and we just quested even. I mean, I guess there's really nothing I could have done. Frodo had none. I could have sent everybody, but I don't know. I want to kill an enemy if I engage it. I can't stay engaged with enemies. All right, I got another resource, and I got the sword that was broken. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so this is going to go on Aragorn. He's going to get the leadership resource icon, and then all of my characters get +1 willpower. That is super important because there is a treachery that if your allies have only 1 willpower, they die, basically. All right, we're also going to put in the Guardian of Arnor. So he gets +1 defense for every enemy engaged with me. And look how thematic that is. Doesn't he look like he's just sitting there at the Prancing Pony? All right, so I got a lot of allies, and then I'm going to give myself a willpower boost. So I'd rather draw the 3 cards than keep the resource just in case I draw something terrible out of the encounter deck and I get Hail of Apples. Thank goodness. All right, exhaust X characters to deal X damage to an enemy in the staging area. Let's do it. Let's chuck some apples. Let's waste a good apple, knocking Bill Ferny out so we no longer have to raise our threat by 1 for every non-fellowship character we're sending on these quests. So unfortunately, I kind of need Sam. So it's not 100% thematic because I'm not using Sam to throw one of these apples, but Bill Ferny is knocked out, and now I get to drop my threat by 3. So that worked out really good, and that's extremely fun. You should totally try to play Hail of Stones against Bill. It's great. Okay, all of my heroes are +1 willpower, and then the sword that was broken is boosting everybody by 1 willpower. Now we can go. So usually if I get Hail of Apples in my opening hand, I'll just exhaust everybody if I have an ally in play after traveling to Prancing Pony, and then the next round I just have my threat go up. But it's better than shuffling in a Ring Wraith, and I was going to have to raise my threat to quest anyway, so I try to take him out as soon as possible. Let's send Sam and Aragorn for 8, and then if I get an enemy, I might not have to engage it. If I clear the Prancing Pony, I definitely have to engage an enemy. Let's see what happens. Nope, no enemies. Another Pathless Country, so now 6 threat in staging, and we do clear the Prancing Pony, place a progress on the quest. We have to get to 8, and because the Prancing Pony has left play. We now discard cards until we get an enemy. So let's see. Oh, there's that nasty treachery you don't want to see. There's a location I do want to see. Weather Hills is amazing. Keep that in the staging area if you reveal it. Just keep it in there. Okay, we end up with the Shady Bree Lander. 28 engagement. He attacks for 3, and it says if the One Ring is exhausted, you cannot optionally engage him. Okay, let's travel to Chetwood. And because my threat is 32, nothing happens. Sam doesn't ready. Pippin's not getting a boost. So he's attacking for 3. I'm going to take it undefended and put the damage on Aragorn. I could use Mr. Underhill to cancel this attack, but I'm pretty sure I can survive it no matter what. I think he can just get a +1. So let's just take it undefended and see. Return attacking enemy to the staging area. That's fine. I would have only been able to swing for 1. So I wouldn't have been able to do any damage to him. So that's fine. All right. Just added more threat up the staging. But now that we no longer have Bill Ferny, it's not scary to send everybody on the quest. And next round, I'll be able to play Frodo's Intuition. Yeah, we're doing fine. Another one. All right, cool. So I will hold on to that till the end of the game. And let's see. Aragorn has the leadership resource icon. And because I couldn't kill this guy, I can play Secret Vigil on him. So he's -1 threat. And when I destroy him, I get to drop my threat by 2. That's excellent. Let's play Merry. So Merry costs 2, and then all my unique allies get +1 willpower. So Bill and Merry each have +1 willpower, then +1 willpower from the sword that was broken. So those 2 characters are going to quest for 7. That's really good. I got to assume I'm getting an enemy. I've played this deck against this quest so many times, and I was always doing this balancing act of trying to make sure I always killed an enemy when I engaged it. It's not easy. It's kind of tricky. There's a lot of cards I would have liked to have put in this deck that are not thematic to help me beat this quest. But I was trying to stay on theme here. And even though Frodo has 0 willpower, I should be sending him on the quest because of this card. Unwanted Attention. Peril, when revealed, either remove 2 heroes you control from the quest or shuffle in a set-aside Ringwraith. So if I had sent Frodo, I could have just removed him from the quest. You can send characters of 0. So that was a strategic mistake on my part. So we are going to spend his resource, use the ring, and shuffle this in. I do not want to shuffle in a Ringwraith. So we got to hope we don't reveal this thing again. But yes, I should be sending Frodo. He's not doing anything. So I hope I just get a regular old enemy. Like, I don't need another location and staging, but there's treacheries that are worse. So enemy would be okay. But nope, we are truly lost. It's another pathless country. So 2 more threat. Let's see, the Breelander's 1 less threat than he has printed. So we are going to have 5 out of 8 progress on the quest after clearing Chetwood. So that's pretty good. We can travel to one of these pathless countries. They're just harder to explore while they're in the staging area. We're going to engage the Shady Breelander. He doesn't ready or boost anybody. He's attacking for 3. I'm defending for 2. And then, okay, well, the Shadow is the worst one you can get, really. He makes an additional attack. But that treachery is terrible. So I am so glad I did not reveal that treachery. I actually feel pretty good about getting that as a Shadow card versus getting it revealed. Okay, so I have an additional attack coming. He's going to get dealt a Shadow card, and he's attacking for 3. I don't want to lose my... Look out! Sam can defend for 1, and he has 4 hit points. And the ring is exhausted, so this is kind of risky. And we get... Okay, well, I actually don't know how to feel about this. So that one is another attack. Well, now I'm going to lose a character. I don't want to lose that Lookout. I really don't. So, yeah, I guess I gotta do Mr. Underhill, and we're just going to say the Shady Breelander. He can't attack me now. So, I mean, I got those treacheries out of the deck, so that's actually pretty good. Pippin swinging for 1 thanks to the dagger, and then the Lookout has 1 more, so we do 1 damage. That wasn't great. That wasn't a great turn. That did not go well, to be honest. And then we had to spend the resource, so I can't play Frodo's Intuition. Yeah, that could have gone better. But getting rid of those piercing cries were good. There's some readying, finally. Okay, a fast hitch. Let's put that on Pippin. So now Pippin can quest, and then he's guaranteed to be ready to help in combat. And then I still don't want to use Drinking Song or anything. I have a Frodo's Intuition in hand, so that's 3 cards to draw. So let's just go questing, and I'm worried. I'm genuinely worried because I know what's in this encounter deck, and I have not seen them yet, and so I'm sure I'm going to get them. There's Nazgul, guys. I mean, there's Ringwraiths prowling around, and I haven't seen them yet, so I know they're going to show up. And instead, we get more Shade, so another Shady Bree lander. 6 threat in staging. We do make enough to clear the active, and 1 goes on the quest. Let's travel to another pathless country. And yeah, we're going to engage this Shady Bree lander. I don't get any benefits. Nobody readies. My threat's pretty high, but I got to wait to knock it down until the perfect time. All right, defending for 3. Let's see. Defending character gets -1 defense, -2 if the ring is exhausted. So dang it, I took a damage there. All right, defending for 2 against 3. Another shadow. +1 attack, +2 if the ring is exhausted. Those are kind of the same thing. And it does damage. So 2 damage there. So those Dunedain are taking a beating. There's 1 attack, 2 attack. And then Pippin can ready and swing for 1 with the dagger. So that is 3. That does not kill that guy. So let's see. Let me do this a different way. Aragorn can swing for 3. I need to muster up 4. So let's do Aragorn and Bill the Pony will attack for 4. There we go. We kill that guy. And then we get to drop our threat by 2. And then Pippin and the Lookout swing for a total of 2. And we deal 1 damage here. Okay. Well, at least we've made some headway. Man, this condition attachment on Frodo really hurts because he'd be questing for 3, and that'd let me leave up different characters to do other things. So it really stinks to get a condition attachment right off the bat, and it just shuts down a hero for the entire game. Friend of Friends is also good. I would love to get a second copy of Friend of Friends. So let's see if I can find it right here. Frodo's Intuition, taking a gamble that I'm not going to need to put the ring on. And we're going to boost all of my heroes and draw 3 cards. And we get Daron's Runes, yes, Friend of Friends, and my single copy of Fierce Defense. Okay, let's play Daron's Runes and draw 2 cards. Another dagger and more card draw. Okay, great. This is really, really good. All right, let's draw 2 more cards. Here we go. Here we go. Card draw is coming in now. Another Drinking Song, and there it is, the Miner of the Iron Hills. So next round, I need to get another lore resource, and then I can get rid of this condition attachment finally. Okay, I never discarded a card to Daron's Runes, so I will get rid of Barlaman. Okay, Friend of Friends. So Sam is now boosted and Pippin's now boosted. So they each have +1 to all of their stats and hit point. So Sam still has a couple hit points to spare thanks to Bill in that. Let's give Pippin another dagger. So with those attachments, Pippin's attacking for 3, and if the enemy has a higher engagement cost, he's attacking for 7. So that's pretty awesome. And yeah, let's go questing. And I gotta get through stage 2 before I can drop my threat. There's an exact moment I need to drop my threat, and I need to know when that moment is. Okay, we draw Lure of the Ring. It's gonna surge, and either I raise my threat by 3 or I exhaust the 1 ring. I don't want to exhaust the ring if I don't have to, so let's raise my threat by 3. That's scary, 38. And it surges into, there it is, the Rider of Mordor. So 4 threat, when he's engaged with me, my characters are -1 willpower. When the ring's exhausted, he gets -10 engagement. That's pretty bad. But what's not bad is I actually advance to stage 2 finally. Into the Wild, 2A, flavor text, 2B, 6 progress needed. When revealed, add Midgewater to the staging area. Each player places 1 progress on the current quest, and then forced, at the end of the round, either remove X progress from the current quest or shuffle 1 out-of-play Ringwraith into the encounter deck. X is the number of players in the game. The players cannot advance while Midgewater is in play. Okay, so 1 progress going on the quest. It's getting noisy. All right, 3 threats, 6 progress. Marshland. While Midgewater is the active location, enemies cannot attack, take damage, or be engaged. Forced. After Midgewater becomes the active location, return each engaged enemy to the staging area. All right, let's travel there. These enemies are now in the staging area. There's nothing we can do about them except quest over them. At the end of the round, we remove the only progress we had, and I kind of screwed up. I raised my threat to go into the end of the round, and then I removed that progress, and then I raised my threat again. So I accidentally raised it an extra time. And we draw Halbrand, which is excellent. He is really good. So I'm going to definitely put him into play instead of the Miner of the Iron Hills like I had planned. Aragorn can spend one of his resources because he has the leadership sphere. I could have waited to put Halbrand in once I'm engaged with some enemies, but I'm planning on killing any enemies I'm engaged with, so it's hard to get the discount to put him in. All right, this time I am sending Frodo. It was at this point when I absolutely need to make a progress on the quest that I realized I should have been sending him all along because of that stupid treachery. I don't know why I wasn't after I already got hit by it once, so at least now I remember. I am sending Frodo, Pippin, Sam, Aragorn, Halbrand. If I send almost everybody, I might advance, and I actually don't want to. I want to advance when I know for sure, with 100% certainty, I'm going to advance. So I'm going to pull back Halbrand, and so then that's 3 less willpower. 6 will go on Midgewater. Oh, jeez, oh, peace. There it is. Unwanted attention. That's the one that makes me pull back 2 heroes from the quest. So I can pull back Aragorn and Frodo. That gets me 3 more willpower down. And we make exactly 6. If I had revealed a rider from Mordor, I would have had to ring it away. I would have actually been 1 progress short of putting a progress on the quest. So I should have sent Bill. I didn't really do that right. I didn't do my math right. Okay, so we're going to travel, and then we're going to engage these 2 enemies. Now, they both come down, but here's the interesting thing. As soon as those enemies engaged us, a hot second, they are plus 10 engagement, thanks to Halbrand's passive ability. And since Sam and Pippin both say after the enemy engages you, ready Sam, ready Pippin, that works because Halbrand immediately boosts their engagement cost by 10, and that will make Sam and Pippin ready. Sam gets his boost, and Pippin will get his attack bonus, and so will the Dagger of Westernaise. Because even though my threat is 40, when I actually do the check for Sam and Pippin, these guys are both boosted by 10. So that worked out great because the rider from Mordor readies Sam and readies Pippin and gives Sam a boost. So Sam is currently defending for 3. This is where I wish I still had Mr. Underhill. So the Dunedain ally there, he's defending for 3. So it's 3 against 3, no shadow. That's the enemy that the lookout is supposed to be watching out for, but he hasn't seen him yet. Okay, an attack of 4. Sam's defending for 3. He can survive a +1 attack boost. I'm trying to factor in 2 things. See, as long as this guy's engaged with me, everybody gets -1 willpower. So I really don't want that. So I want to be able to kill him. And you might be thinking, well, Chad, just let him stick around till next turn. But if I have -1 willpower on all my characters, and then we reveal the treachery that also does -1 willpower, I'm going to lose a lot of my characters. So I chumped with the Dunedain lookout, and it was a +1 shadow. He died, and now I'm going to swing back. Pippin is swinging for 7 against the Nazgul, so he just needs a little bit of help. Bill kicks in 1. Then Pippin readies, he's swinging for 3, and we have other characters that are also ready, so I can take out the Shady Breelander. There we go. We took out all the enemies. We have a progress on the quests that we can back off, so we don't have to shuffle in and out-of-play Ringwraith. And if you were doing victory display stuff, killing a Nazgul in the early game and putting it in the victory display is a very good idea against this quest. Okay, in the refresh phase, I'm going to trigger Aragorn's action, and I'm going to drop my threat back down to 24. That is very important. I fully expect to advance to stage 3. In fact, I pretty much have to, and my threat will be 24 when I go into it. So that is super important. Okay, Fast Hitch. That's a good card, but I only have 2 lore resources, and they are going for this Miner of the Iron Hill, and I can finally get rid of this condition attachment. It's been so annoying having Frodo shut down for pretty much the entire game because of that thing. Okay, Fierce Defense is a good one to keep my eye on if I can get enough tactics resources so I can deal 3 direct damage. That's just a one of. I thought it would be kind of a good card if I drew it, and so we'll see if I can play it. All right, I was going to play the Fast Hitch, but I don't have any lore resources. I'm kind of used to always having enough lore resources to play Fast Hitches. Okay, so I need to get through this pathless country, and I need to place 6 progress on the quest. So I got to make sure I do this right. So we got the sword that was broken, boosting characters. Frodo can actually quest. Do something, Frodo. Okay, Sam and Pippin are boosted by another one, thanks to Friend of Friends. Mary's questing, so that should be enough. And I get... Oh, well, that was fun. Okay, I got to use Frodo for literally half a second in this entire game. So he's shut back down again. Jeez. All right, well, at least I advance. Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's advance to stage 3. 3A, the Ringwraiths attack. When revealed, add Weathertop and the Witch King to the staging area, search the encounter deck and discard pile, and add each Nazgul enemy found this way to the staging area, shuffle the encounter deck. That's why you don't want to shuffle any in, and that's why Victory Display stuff works. Okay, Weathertop, a 4/4, it's immune. While Weathertop is in the Victory Display, each enemy gets -1 threat, and then forced, you must exhaust the ring to travel there. And then the Witch King. This guy's nasty, just like he should be. He's a 45 engagement, 5/6, 5/9 Nazgul, immune. The Witch King gets -30 engagement while the One Ring is exhausted. And then characters with 1 willpower or less cannot defend against him. Yikes. Okay, well, we did a great job not shuffling in any of the out-of-play Ringwraiths, so there's only 2 to find. One we've already killed, but I didn't want him engaged with me when I tried to advance to stage 3. And the other one we never saw, so that is in the deck. Now, the Weather Hills is a location that when you travel to it, you get to put a non-unique enemy under it, and that enemy is considered out of play. So you can travel there and then slide one of these Ringwraiths under it, and it's considered out of play. That'll help you win the game. And there's still 2 copies of that location in this very skinny encounter deck, so hopefully I reveal one of those. And you don't actually have to travel to Weathertop. You don't have to travel to it. You don't have to clear it, because this just says if there are no Nazgul enemies in play, we win. So all we have to do is get all 3 of these Nazgul out of play. But I am going to travel to Weathertop. This is why I dropped my threat to 24. So to travel there, I put on the ring. And then that makes these Nazgul get -10 and -30 engagement. -10 puts the riders at 25, one above where I am. So I do not need to worry about engaging those. I engaged the Witch King, and this is where Halbrand really kicks in. He makes it so the Witch King is actually a 25, and that readies Sam and it readies Pippin. If I didn't have Halbrand, I just couldn't kill the Witch King the round I engage it. I would have to wait till the next round, which is fine. I can handle that. But having Halbrand really makes it nice. Okay, so characters with 1 willpower or less cannot defend against the Witch King. That's why the sword that is broken is so nice. I'm going to defend with the Ranger. Return attacking enemy to the staging area after this attack. Bummer. Okay, that stinks. I was totally planning on killing that guy. All right, well... There's worse things. We can play Hail of Stones because I have all of these characters ready. So instead of using the characters to kill the Witch King, I will just use all of the ready characters to deal direct damage to one of the non-immune Ringwraiths. So I will exhaust 5 characters, and there we go. Took out one of these Ringwraiths, so that was very good. So we still killed a Ringwraith, which is excellent. And then now we just need to quest successfully, get Weathertop into Victory Display to make it easier to quest. Not really that important, but it would be nice. And then maybe we'll get lucky and reveal a Weathered Hills, and we can just travel there and sneak one of these Nazgul underneath it, kill the Witch King, and win the game. All right, let's go into the next round. Hopefully I can win in 2 rounds here. I have a really good board state to take down this quest. Okay, we get another lookout, so that's pretty good. I think... right now, I'm not going to be able to do a forward fierce defense. I think I'll do Drinking Song, and let's see what else I can get. Maybe I can get my last copy of Hail of Stones. So I count my cards, shuffle them in, and draw an equal number, +1 if I control a unique Hobbit character. So Hail of Stones is just a great card for this quest because it takes out Bill Ferny, and it can also take out these Nazgul, so that's great. Okay, Dunedain Pipe, Sword That's Broken, card draw, a Ranger, card draw, and a Hobbit Cloak. All right, well, that's good. Well, let's play Daron's Runes. Draw 2 cards. I got to get rid of a card. I'll get rid of one of these sword that is broken because it's unique. I got the red book now. That's a good card. Let's play the Dunedain Pipe. So you attach it to a Dunedain character, limit 1, and then action. You can take a card from your hand, put it on the bottom of your deck to draw a card. So let's do that. So the other sword that was broken goes there, and we get a fast hitch that I can't afford. All right, Sam's going to put on a Hobbit Cloak, so he's going to defend for +2 against an enemy with a higher engagement. That's another reason Halbrand is really good in this build. And then I think I will draw 2 cards with Deep Knowledge, and let's see if I can't get a Hail of Stones. And I do not, but I do get some condition removal and another dagger. All right, let's go questing. Mary's questing for 3. I want to clear Weathertop. Again, I don't have to, but if I reveal Weather Hills, that would be great, because then I can travel there. So Pippin's questing for 4. That's 7. There's 3 more. Aragorn for 3 more. That's 13. 13 against... Yeah, I'm only making 4 progress right now. I need to send a little more. So I'll send Sam for 5 more. That should do it. Okay. And then the card we get is, here's what I've been afraid of. All right, Power in their terror. When revealed, each ally gets -1 willpower. Deal 2 damage to each ally with 0 willpower. So that's where the sword that is broken is very nice, because it's boosting all these allies by 1. And that kind of saves me. And that's also why you don't want to be engaged with a Nazgul that's reducing your willpower by 1. Okay, so we do clear Weathertop, so that reduces the threat of all enemies by 1. And I don't have the ring exhausted, so I don't need to engage either of these, but if I want to win, I need to. I don't have enough attack strength to kill the Witch King, so I think I'll just engage this rider, and he's attacking for 4. Sam is going to be defending for 5. And so the Shadow is a defending character gets -1 defense, -2 if the ring's exhausted. Okay, so I was fine there. And then Pippin swings for 7, and then Bill the Pony kicks in 1 more. And there we go, we took out that one. So all we have to do is kill the Witch King. And we will have a victory here. So let's go into what I hope to be the final round of the game. The last card I draw is another Lookout, which I cannot afford. I can play the Red Book. So the Red Book goes on a Hobbit. It's restricted. All Hobbit characters will get +1 willpower, and then if the attached hero quested successfully, I gain a resource. I always forget to trigger it and give the resource. I always remember like 3 phases later I was supposed to do that. Okay, so I don't have to make any progress here, but I might as well send characters that will ready when I engage the Witch King. Assuming everything goes right, we're going to have a victory here. So Sam and Pippin are now boosted by 3 different cards, and the card we get is, the Weather Hills. Okay, so if I could have killed the Witch King last round, then traveling to the Weather Hills would have put that rider underneath of it, and that would have been a win. But the Witch King is unique, so he can't go under there. All right, let's engage the Witch King, and I'm going to defend. The Guardian of Arnor will defend because he has 2 willpower thanks to the sword that is broken. So another reason that card is amazing. There's me remembering the Red Book. And then, okay, good. All I wanted was not to go back to the staging area. That was like the only thing. Okay, the Red Book triggered. I'm discarding a random card. There we go. The Dunedain is dead. So that worked out well. And then we just swing back. So Pippin is swinging for 7. And pretty much all my other characters are ready as well. So we can take out this Witch King, no problem, and we survived the attack, but Frodo got stabbed. So that still happened. So Frodo did take a wound from the Witch King, so we do have to worry about that in the next quest. Now let's flip over this campaign card that just told me I'm playing campaign mode, and it says, starting with the first player, each player may choose one of the following boons and add it to a hero. So we have these 4 boons. One's a defense boost, one's a hit point boost, one's a willpower boost, and one's an attack boost. Whichever one of these boons I choose will be on this hero for the rest of the campaign. So I am going to choose the Tireless Ranger. I'm going to give it to Sam. Sam now has the Ranger trait, and he has +1 defense. That's going to be extremely useful, especially when I get to the quests where it's just Sam and Frodo. All right, everybody. That was extremely fun. I hope you enjoyed this one. I tried to make it as thematic as possible, and I think I did. I think it was pretty good. So up next, we have Flight to the Ford. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.